Here are 6 MLB trades that would turn the baseball world upside down. Everybody, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving and happy holidays to all of you. So there's an article by Anthony. It's either asked Anthony Castrovince or ask Castrovince. My apologies if I get it wrong, but it says right from MLB.com. Okay, and it talks about 6 trades, and I'm going to attach this article down below. That way you can reference and read it yourself and give me your thoughts. These are not my trade proposals, but I found this really interesting. It's called 6 bonkers blockbuster trades that would send hot stove season into overdrive. And some of these trades are actually kind of realistic, but it would definitely turn baseball on top of its head. And I want to know what your thoughts are. So we'll talk about this more. I'm going to go live tomorrow night. If you have any ideas of your own, bring them. And if you're not subscribed to this channel somehow, please hit that subscribe button, okay? If you do, hit the notification button too. You only got to hit them one time each, and then I'll take care of everything else. You'll be at the front of the line always to get the content as it comes in. Especially now, hot stove season is going to start picking up. Approaching the winter meetings, we're less than 2 weeks away. That's when baseball really starts to go. And then we're going to start hearing a lot more of these types of trade ideas and proposals and so on and so forth. So again, these are not my proposals, but I found them intriguing. And these are actually, to me, some of them are actually somewhat realistic. Some of them are not, but nevertheless, I want to know what your thoughts are. So trade number 1, it's going to come up on the screen, between the Mets and the Blue Jays. In this trade, the Mets will get Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Alek Manoah, starting pitcher who definitely needs a change of scenery, in exchange for Pete Alonso. So they'll be swapping first baseman. Pete Alonso's got 1 more year until free agency. Guerrero's got a couple ARB years. And they would also be getting Jeff McNeil. So they'd be getting 2 bats in return. The Mets would be getting a pitcher and a first baseman. So swapping power bats. And I think Vlad Guerrero could probably use a change of scenery too. And I think being in New York, and I know it's not, the Yankees, who likes to trash on a regular basis or talk trash about. This would be the Mets, and he'd still be able to provide a lot of trash talking in terms of the Yankees, and they get to play them twice a year as well. So that's trade number 1. Trade number 2, between the Angels and the Phillies. In this trade, the Phillies would be acquiring hometown boy from New Jersey, Mike Trout. Additionally, cash considerations, $50 million in this. In exchange for Nick Castellanos, who has 3 years left on a 5-year, about $100 million deal. Okay, so he's swapping outfielders. And Justin Crawford, who's actually the son of former Major Leaguer Carl Crawford. He's their number 3 prospect, an outfielder from the Phillies. So they get a dynamic, young, speedy outfielder and a corner outfielder in exchange for Mike Trout. And this will be tough because for the Phillies especially, the Angels, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that Shohei Ohtani is going to be leaving. So you might as well do the whole thing and move Trout too and get as much prospect capital as you possibly can, because you're only going to get qualifying offer returns for Shohei Ohtani, a couple draft picks and international prospect money. So you get what you can get. He's the face of the franchise, Trout. So you better get something good back. In this case, they get something, and they get a lot of payroll relief too. $50 million they can use in free agency. So that's trade number 2. Trade number 3. This one is a Dodgers and a Brewers trade. Okay, Corbin Burnes has been loosely linked to the Dodgers. They need a pitcher. They need an upgraded shortstop. So in this trade, the Dodgers would get starting pitcher Corbin Burnes, who's 1 year from free agency. They're very unlikely to bring back Julio Urias, and Clayton Kershaw's had surgery on the shoulder, so he's going to miss most of the season too. So they get a starting pitcher, frontline starting pitcher, and if they somehow get Shohei Ohtani, you've got your superstar player who's eventually going to be back into the rotation 2025, and you've added Corbin Burnes to it. And if they do get it, if they do bring him, I expect them to extend him too. So you get Ohtani and Burnes to frontline their rotation, and Willie Adames for shortstop. In exchange for versatile infielder Gavin Lux and Emmett Sheehan as a right-handed pitcher, a young right-handed pitcher. So the Brewers would get a pitcher and an infielder, and the Dodgers would get a pitcher and an infielder. So intriguing trade. This is probably one of the more realistic ones, and I think the Angels and Phillies trades are some of the more realistic ones as well. This one I'm not sure about. The next one is between the Seattle Mariners and the San Diego Padres. In this one, the Mariners would get Juan Soto, the prize of the trade market, the prize, the jackpot, and Tom Cosgrove, a left-handed relief pitcher. Okay, this guy who's got a good arm, big arm. In exchange for Bryce Miller, right-handed pitcher, Jarred Kelenic, young player with a lot of control. I don't think he's free until 2029. And Ty Pete, young shortstop prospect, who's a number 10 prospect. So the only reason I say this is probably one of the least realistic ones is Jeff Passan's already come out and said that there are three teams, the Mariners, the Cubs, and the Yankees, who have the pitching capital, prospect capital on the pitching side, to give the Padres what they want for a Juan Soto. And what he's saying is they're suggesting that it sounds as if the Cubs and the Mariners are unwilling to part with that prospect. So I think this gives an edge to the Yankees. The Yankees are willing to part with some pitching prospects as well, some other guys as well, to get a Juan Soto. So this is one of the least realistic ones in my opinion. Next one, this seems to be realistic to me. Trades of underperforming shortstops. Javi Baez would be coming to the Red Sox. He's got, I think, 4 years left on his contract. He did not opt out. And Trevor Story going to the Detroit Tigers. Again, change of scenery. Both shortstops haven't been performing that well in their current homes. So I could see a trade like this happening between the Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers. How realistic? I'm not exactly sure, but this definitely makes sense. Okay? That's trade 5. And I've got one more for you. Okay, and this one is the mother load. Okay? Yeah. It's a 4-team trade. It's like a figure 4 leg lock. Nature Boy Ric Flair style. Okay? So this is probably the least realistic of all the trades, but it involves my Yankees. So it excites me. In this trade, the White Sox would get Jason Dominguez. Okay, it's Yankees, Orioles, White Sox, Houston Astros. The White Sox will get Jason Dominguez, the number 2 prospect for the Yankees. Samuel Basallo, number 5 prospect, I think from the Orioles, and Spencer Arrighetti, number 5 prospect, I think from the Astros. So they get an outfielder, a versatile catcher infielder, and a pitcher. The Orioles would get frontline ace Dylan Cease to add to their rotation, who they desperately need. I could see them making a 1-on-1 trade for Dylan Cease too. They have the number 1 farm in baseball, so I expect them to make some moves here this offseason, and most likely in the trade market, because they're not big spenders in terms of free agency. And these guys are going to be expensive. The Blake Snells of the world, the Jordan Montgomerys of the world, and the Aaron Nola's off the market now, but the Yamamoto's of the world. Dylan Cease has 2 more years of cheap control. I could see him going that route, or trading for some other players as well. The Astros would get Jordan Westburg, young infielder, excuse me, and the Yankees would get third baseman Alex Bregman and young outfielder Jake Myers. Okay, and I'm going to take that ticker off 1 second because the Yankees are getting another player as well. Yeah, if I can take that thing off. Where is it? Hang on. Okay. Can't. So, here we go. All right. Take that off. They're getting Jared Schuster also, left-handed relief pitcher. They're getting a young pitcher. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. An outfielder and a third baseman. Bregman, coming from the quote-unquote the enemy, cheaters, part of the cheating scandal. He was a key character in it. Jared Schuster, and he's got 1 year of control until free agency before he gets become very expensive. Jake Myers, young versatile outfielder. I think he's 26 or 27. And then Jared Schuster, young left-handed relief pitcher. So the Yankees would get 3 guys. The White Sox would get 3 guys. The Astros and Orioles themselves get 1 guy each. So I'm going to put this ticker back on. Okay. And that's the 6 trade bouquet for you. I want to know what you think. Load up the comments. Do you think any of these are realistic? And some of these are unrealistic. Again, I think the most unrealistic are the 4-team trade and the Juan Soto trade, the Mariners and the Padres. The other ones I could actually see some type of scenario where maybe one of those trades happens, maybe 2. But all in all, this is a fascinating article. And again, I'm going to attach it down below so you can put it all together. It's all written out in great detail for you. But those are the details of the trades themselves. Okay, so that's what I got for you. Okay, and by the way, Jung-Hoo Lee, Korean outfielder, is set to be posted early December. Now, I did not think that, as far as I knew up to that point, that the Korean players or the KBO players required a posting fee, but it sounds like he might require a posting fee for a major league for a major league team. So if that's the truth, then I stand corrected there. So, but whatever, no matter what his contract is, it's not going to be as big as Yamamoto's is. It's very likely not going to be as big as Shota Managa, maybe right around the Shota Managa. So if he does come at a posting fee, it's going to be not a significant one. So, but wanted to give you that heads up as well. And sounds like there may be a posting fee attached to a KBO player too. I didn't think there was. So, but that's what I got for you right now. Anything else that comes out, you're going to get it today. Expect this hot stove to start heating up. Have a good day, everybody. Talk to you next time.